All right, we're going to go over the checklist of necessary documents for an uncontested divorce. If you're filing a divorce by yourself and you need to know what documents you need to have, this video is going to give you the answer. So first, here's the list of what the things you're going to need without children. Okay, there's two different ways to do it. There's different forms if you have children involved. When I say children involved, that means if they are under 19. If they're 19 or older, then you still use this one right here. Okay. You're going to need a complaint, answer and waiver agreement, testimony form, separation agreement, divorce decree. You'll have a vital statistics certificate of divorce, and the clerk's office will do that for you. And then a closing letter. The attorney's going to send the closing letter to you. So here's the first thing here. This is my template that I have for a complaint for divorce. You go through your name. You've got to have both parties' addresses, spouse's name, that you're both 19 or older, that you have resided in Alabama for the last 6 months before you file this complaint. You list the date of marriage, the date of separation, and you sign it under oath. Here I've got, this is my template, so where the attorney signs. Next, this is the answer to divorce. So the other spouse has to file this. Both of your names. You understand that you're getting sued for divorce. You agree to the venue. You waive service, which means that a sheriff doesn't have to come actually physically serve you with papers. Then you request the right to remarriage. And here, when I'm doing an uncontested divorce, I have the other party acknowledge that I don't represent them. Okay, it protects me to for them to understand that as a lawyer, I can only represent one party. I cannot represent both. I'm not both people's lawyer. So in the end, they sign the answer under oath. Next, we have a deposition or a plaintiff's testimony. And you can get this form here, right here from eForms on Alicourt. So if you can't click that, just type that in. It'll give you that form. That's got to be signed under oath. Again, this is Etowah County specific. Next, here's a settlement agreement. This just gives some, names, both of you signing under oath. Kind of gives you an idea of what stuff you may want to cover. And it also gives you an idea of the wording up here at top. Again, this is a template. This is not perfect. Here is the CS47, okay, and here's the form to fill that out. You've got to fill all of this out even if you do not have children. So there's a child support form you've got to fill out even without children, and that's right here. Next, here is a final judgment of divorce. You can also get that on Alicourt or eForms. Get that filled out, and that's going to be what the judge signs to get you divorced. Here's the closing letter I send after it's done, where I attach everything to it. Now we're going to go over an uncontested divorce with children. You see, once we have with children, we add 1, 2, 3, perhaps 4 extra forms. We've got a CS41. There is the form there. You're going to get that on eForms as well. CS41 is an income affidavit. Where each of you fill out what your income is, each of you fill out what you spend for health care, for work-related child care. You also list out other alimony payments you have to other people, and also other child support payments you have to other people. And this kind of gives you an idea of this explains what gross income means. Next, a CS42. Here is the CS42 that we now use beginning May 1st of 2022. You'll fill that out. And here is the Excel spreadsheet that will automatically generate it for you, and you can even print it from there. So you will enter this in, and you can automatically clear this up. So really it's hard to fill out the CS42 without using this form here, okay? So you need to put that in. Next, you've got a CS43, which is an acknowledgement whether you used the guidelines or whether you didn't use the guidelines. So even if here, you've got to generate what the guidelines would call for, even if you're not going to do the guidelines. Because here, right here, you've got to list out what the child support guidelines would call for, even if you're not going to use it. Because if you're not going to use it, you have to list out why not. Next, an income withholding order for support. There's way too much involved in this for me to go over how to do that in this video. This form here will explain how to do an income withholding order for support. Again, every single county is different, maybe even every judge's county. So I always tell other lawyers to call the go-to lawyer in town and, hey, can you send me what I need for this county? So for instance, Calhoun County has PreTrial Forms to be filled out. They require a parenting class sometimes. They have a different type of deposition than what I've got there. So each county is going to be different. What I went over is Etowah County specific.